What's going on, everybody? Here, and welcome back to another episode of South Stand Signings, a series, of course, we go through everything happening in and around the world of Leeds United. And we have a little talk about it, and today is a big day. We just played Man United in pre-season, and it was a heck of a game, I have to say. It was a very impressive game. I'm just about to go on my way to Leeds as well. I've got a big 3-hour drive for the charity match tomorrow, so make sure you're there if you can be. I'm going to link the tickets again down in the description below, so go and get your tickets. I can't wait to see you guys there. It's going to be an absolutely amazing day, but boy, there is a lot to talk about today. And the first story is one that I made a little video on earlier. Anton stach to Leeds United. Here we go. An agreement is done with Hoffenheim. A final fee in excess of 20 million euros, a 4-year contract, and documents set to be signed in a deal done by Roof Agency. Anton stach is looking forward to a new challenge in the Premier League. And let me just tell you something, man. Our midfield is looking tasty. I got a little look of it today in the pre-season match against Man United. Tanaka in the 10. It does look like we might be looking for a formation change or two. And it is looking very, very exciting, if I do say so myself. With Anton stach there, it is going to be absolutely magisterial. I thought we actually controlled the midfield battle against Man United today. And with Longstaff looking supremely controlled and professional in there, I can't wait to add Anton stach to the mix and see how Leeds United are doing. Let me know what your thoughts are on this down below. Of course, this is a signed, sealed, confirmed move now. So now we can get excited about Anton stach. Let me know your thoughts down below. Now, one key absence against Manchester United, and one that hurts me because I do believe he would have actually stepped up to the Premier League very, very well, is Patric Bamford today. Patric, Bamford, Joseph, Aronson and Schmidt were all out, but Bamford is the big talking point because Bamford is gone. That is right. He didn't make the trip. He's not making the trip at all because Daniel Farke has spoken to Patric Bamford and told him that you are not part of my Premier League plans. This is very gutting to me. I know he would have been second string or whatever, and it didn't make much sense because we've already got Perot on the books. We signed the Metro. We're looking for another striker. We've got Joseph lurking around there as well. So was Bamford going to get much game time? Probably not. And that is why the decision has been made to excommunicate him. I'm very sad about this one, but let me know your thoughts on this down below. I thought he could have really made this step up, but unfortunately, Daniel Farke has made the call, and you have to respect his decision as the Leeds United manager. Now, one other forward player that we could be looking at excitingly is Harry Guey. One other Leeds player, sorry, we should be looking at excitedly is Harry Guey, who caught the eye in their pre-season friendly. He came on for about 20 minutes of the game, and he looked relatively decent. For such a young lad, he looked relatively decent against Man United, and I thought he was actually... He played a decent role in there. Granted, that was the part where we put a lot of young players on and we didn't have quite as much of an impressive spell. But nonetheless, I thought he played very, very decently. And I can't wait to see how he could potentially adapt to the Premier League as well. Very exciting signs with Harry Guey moving forward. Now, on the wide areas, that was a bit of a concern for me because we started with Jack Harrison on the left wing. And I was not impressed with his performance too much. I thought his delivery lacked quite a lot of ability in there. I mean, going from Manor Solomon's beautiful, delectable whips from the left-hand side to Jack Harrison was like going from an A5 Wagyu steak to a choice grade rump. It was not really the supreme level of delivery. And we are looking at other wingers. The first one that we did look at getting on the cheap was, of course, the England under-21 star from West Brom, Tom Fellows. But it does seem like this is potentially not going to happen because the Baggies don't want to get rid of him. He's not going to get a lot of game time at Leeds, especially with Ramazani on that left wing, who I thought was supreme today. And I actually think it's very, very controversial, but I think he's the best player at the whole club. I have to say that. He is the best player at the whole club. And I just think that his ability to grow, his ability on the ball, yes, his finishing ability wasn't quite there today, but I'm very, very excited about him. Now, another left winger we're looking at is Igor Piao, and it does look like Leeds are stepping up the hunt for Igor Piao. The 25-year-old who signed for Feyenoord 3 years ago has had an impressive career, and this season was his best season by a long shot. He's continuing to develop year on year on year on year, and I can't wait to see how he could fit into that Leeds United side. I mean, with the way that Ramazani played today, he might even struggle to get in ahead of him, I can't lie, but he is versatile. He can play anywhere across the front line, and I do think we are lacking just that final bit of quality in the final third. That is what I thought was quite noticeable in that game against Man United. And Igor Piao is someone who I really want Leeds to move in big for. There are, talks still ongoing. Leeds are still making progress on getting that deal done. And I can't wait to give you guys some more updates on that coming up in the near future. Now, one other story around forward lines, we're talking about increasing the forward quality at Leeds United, is this man, Mr. Marc Gui. He is the latest name to hit the news as Leeds United fans, as a new striker. This came today, to be fair. This was a relatively new one. Leeds United are apparently eyeing a loan move for Marc Gui. I think it will be a loan signing possible at Marc Gui. They came out on the Leeds United news and said this today. He is one they've looked at well. They will be doing a few bits. It's still in the middle of July, and Leeds United and the 49ers are reportedly not panicking to get a deal done instantly. He could add some much-needed depth for Leeds United's forward line. It would be a loan deal, so we wouldn't have to spend too much on him, but it could be a potential one that Leeds United look at moving forward. This is a name that Leeds are now linked with, and one that we can start looking at as a potential move, but for me, not one that I would be too excited about. Why? Because when I've seen him play for Chelsea, he hasn't impressed me in the slightest. I know a lot of Chelsea fans living in London, and none of them have been impressed with him at all. He's only played a total of 619 minutes this year in English football for Chelsea, and European football, which is where the vast majority of his minutes actually came from, and his goals. He actually scored 6 goals in the Conference League in 7 appearances for them, which is relatively decent, but 3 games in the Premier League, no goals, 2 games in the Club World Cup, no goals or assists. Qualifiers for the Conference League, nothing. FA Cup, EFL Cup, nada again. For me, look at these stats and look at these performances. He is not the man to lead the line for Leeds United, in my personal opinion. Maybe you guys differ from me on that one. Maybe you are very interested in signing Marc Gui, but I mean, those 6 goals in the Conference League, you got to look at the quality of opposition he was against. 3 goals in 59 minutes against Shamrock Rovers, which is decent in the group stage, but again, Shamrock Rovers. He scored 1 goal in an 8-0 win against FC Noah, which gets my heart as an Armenian myself. That is an Armenian side that got dispatched of there. So a little bit of a tough one for me there. Obviously had a big injury spell throughout the rest of the games in the Conference League and scored a couple against Astana. Would be a loan move. As I said, I'm intrigued to know if you guys would be excited about that move for me. Before playing for Chelsea, obviously played for Barca Athletic, scoring 6 goals and 4 assists in 17 games for them. But he's so unproven. He's been told that he is not ready. Enzo Maresca said he's not ready to start for Chelsea in the Premier League. He's not really in their plans in the upcoming future. So that is one they are looking to offload. As I said, it would be a cheap move. If we couldn't get anyone done by the end of the transfer window and it was deadline day and we picked up a loan signing, fine, it would bolster up the ranks. But I would rather have Patric Bamford up front than this guy. I can't lie to you. It is not a move that I am too excited about. But maybe you guys differ from me on that one. So let me know your thoughts down below. But those are the main stories of today. It was a relatively quicker one today. Not too many stories to talk about. Obviously, the preseason game took most of our attention away. The Anton Stach one was a huge story around Leeds United. We were waiting to see if we could get that one done, and we did get it done. We're just waiting to see him come over and do his medical now, and all things are looking very positive on that front. But let me know what you guys think. Can't wait to see so many of you guys tomorrow at the Creator Cup. As I said, I am so excited for that one. But let me know your thoughts on all of this down in the comment section down below. For now, though, I will see you very soon. Au revoir, my brothers.